Hi, welcome to my channel Ruby Knit Crochet Tejido. Today I'll be teaching you how to knit and crochet this beautiful Mickey Mouse hat. Was a William's request. I hope you guys like it and give it a try, and here is the list of material you're gonna need to make it. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe and click the little bell, that way you get notification each time I upload a video. Remember, I make my videos in Spanish and English. If you receive a Spanish video and you see in English, go to the main page of my YouTube channel, then you'll find the English version in there. Also, you can send me a message and I'll send you the link. To make this hat, these are the material I'm going to use. These two are leftover yarn, but the loops are impeccable, medium 4, 100% acrylic, red, black, and white. And they used to have these ones 127.5 grams. I'm going to weigh them and I will let you know how much they weigh. And the circular needle that I'm going to use are this Chiagu 4.5 millimeter. The length of the cable is 40 centimeters, 16 inches. You're gonna need a crochet hook, 4.5 millimeter, measurement tape, tapestry needle, and scissors. We're gonna use double pointed needle for the decrease and other markers to mark where we're gonna do the decrease to make things much easier. I have 103 grams from the red. When I hardly use any. And the white is 82 grams, but from this one you're going to use a couple of grams only. You're going to use a little bit more of the red. Since this hat is for William, I want to make the hat that he can use it a couple of winter. And the winter is not all year round, so I'm going to make it that he's 6. That will fit him probably until he's 10. Not that he's going to probably use this hat until he's 10 years old, but who knows, maybe he still like it. I'm gonna do 84 stitches plus 1. If you want these, let's say for a 3 to 6 years old, you can do 80 stitches plus 1. And you can do it smaller, just remove 4 stitches at a time. And if you want it bigger, you can add 4 stitches at a time. So I'm gonna do a slip knot. And I'm gonna come here. This is the tail, this is the working yarn. I'm gonna place the other needle inside the mold, that way I don't make any noise back and forth. And I'm gonna cast on my 85 stitches, 84 for the hat plus 1 to close the circumference. So I will meet here when I have all the stitches on my needle. Here I have my 85 stitches. Something else that you're going to need is a marker if you're working in the round. If you want to do this with a straight needle, you can do this with a straight needle. And instead of casting an 85, you cast 84 and do a 2 by 2 rib. I like to do it with circular needle because I don't get that seam at the end. I don't have to sew the two ends together. So now I'm going to close the circumference. I'm going to pass the first stitch to the right hand needle. I'm going to press it right there tight with my fingers or my nails. And I'm going to lose the last one, number 85. I'm going to pass it over, cast it off. I'm going to pull here. And I'm going to pull the 2 strands. I'm going to do a knot here. And you close your circumference. You're going to place the marker and you're going to start netting to net to purl, to net to purl. For how long you're going to net that? The 2 by 2 rib for 3.5 inches, give or take. A little more, a little less, probably a little more than less. I want this to be a wide brim. The same if you are working with a straight needle. So you're going to start with 2 net, you're going to finish with 2 purl. And that's how you're going to continue working. the 2x2 rib until you have the desired width. Like I said, for mine, around 3.5 inches. So when I have the brim done, I will meet you here. Something else that I wanted to mention, if you want a single brim, the ones that you don't fold in half, you can do around 2.5 inches and instead of 3.5 for folding the brim. I like to fold the brim because here in Canada the winters are very cold, and by doubling the brim, as the hat is much warmer around the ear. So when I have my 3.5 inches, and then we'll continue. I'm trying to make the video not too long by repeating over and over the same. You start with 2 net and 2 purl, 2 net, 2 purl, and all the rounds you're going to start the same until you have that length. And 3.5 inches is 9 centimeters. I finished my 2x2 rib and I have my 3.5 inches. Now I'm going to start working with the black, and I know you can't see anything with the black, but since this is a Mickey Mouse hat, you have to work with black. It's no other choice. So if you've done the 2x2 rib, you know how to do the net stitch. That's what we're gonna do, just net stitches. So very easy, no matter what color. So I want to change from the red to the black. I'm gonna cut in here, and I'm gonna trap the red as I go. So I grab the red in the finger, and then I start working with the black, and then now I'm gonna put the red in between the needles. Wrap the black, lift the red, and pass the black, and then I just knit the next one with the black. Again, in between the needles, wrap, and knit the next one. And like that, you're going to be trapping. You stitch here in the back as you work. So we're going to do this round with the black. I zoom in, that way you guys can see how I trap that tail. So I come here to knit, I put the red in between the 2 needles, and when I wrap the black, I lift the red out of the way. You don't want to pass the red through, just the black. And then when you knit the next stitch, you see, you secure that tail in between the strand. And like that, you're going to be securing all that until the end. Well, until you have a little piece. I finished that round. Now I'm going to continue working. I finished that round. Now I'm going to continue working with the black. I'm going to pull the tail here, that way I don't get any gap. And I'm going to continue knitting with the black. Just net stitches. I finished that second round, and I'm going to continue working with the black until it's time to start the decreases. Since I'm going to fold the brim, I like to fold the brim for William's hat because that way it's warmer around the ears. I'm going to work measuring around from there, like a 1 inch to the 2 round of black, 4-5 inches on total. And then I will start the decrease. Now, If you don't want to do decrease with double pointed needle, or you don't have double pointed needle, or you don't know how to work with them, or you don't want to work with them, you want to do this hat, you can work until you have almost 8 inches from here, and then you'll start to do your decrease. You'll do net 2 together, net 2 together, net 2 together. And the next round you'll do a net round, and then the last one net 2 together and 2 together. But for mine, since I'm gonna do the Mickey ears, I want to be more shaped, with more shape, with a more round shape, with more round shape on the top. That way I can place the ears, because if you do it like I mentioned with those decrease, it will be more like this in the center, and then you put the ears, and then you'll have this in the center. For mine, I want to be more round, but that is to your taste. So now I'm gonna continue working with mine for 4 more inches, because I will measure 1 from here, and 4 more will be 5 inches, and then I will start doing the decrease with the double pointed needles. Here I have my 5 inches, and 5 inches are 13 centimeters. And now we're gonna start with our first round of decrease. Now, if you're working with a straight needle, you can do exactly the same, the decrease like I'm gonna show you now. You can shape the hat the same. The only thing that you're gonna have a seam when you sew them, the 2 ends together. Now we're gonna start the decrease. We're gonna net 12 stitches and 13, 14 together, place the marker, net 12 stitches, 13 and 14 together, and place the marker. Now, if you're making the hat a different size, and you don't can divide your spaces on even number, like mine are 14 and 6 space. Let's say you have 2 extra stitches. You did probably 72 or 74 stitches for your hat. You have 2 extra stitches. I recommend that you do 1 round and you decrease those 2 extra stitches or 4 extra stitches. For example, you will do 2 together here. You net almost until the other half of the hat and net 2 together, and then you finish the round, and then in the next round is where you start decreasing evenly the space, because if you have in one space more than the other ones, they're gonna look uneven. So even if I'm working with black yarn, it's still net stitch is a net stitch. I'm gonna net 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, and now 13 and 14. I'm gonna net them together. I'm gonna pass the needle through 14 and then 13 and net them together. I'm gonna place a marker, and then I'll continue 12, 13 and 14 together, 12, 13 and 14 together. I'll have 6 space in between markers. I'm gonna show you again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 and 14 together. And let's say that you're doing a newborn baby hat, like with 60 stitches, and then you can do a space of 15. It will be, or it's less stitches, let's say 12 stitches in between. Don't have to be 6 spaces, it can be 5 spaces. That's depend on the amount of stitches that you're doing for your hat. So now I'm going to continue working with this round of decrease, and I will meet you here for the next round. Finish the round of decrease. Now I'm going to work one without decrease, And those are the 2 round repetitions that you're gonna work, 1 round with a crease, 1 without the crease, until you have from 8 to 10 stitches between the markers. Depend on the size that you're making the hat. If you're making the hat a little bit bigger, and then you'll do it until you have like 8 in between the marker, because that will give you an extra, I think, like 4 more round. Bigger if you leave 8 in between the marker before you start doing decreasing all the rounds. So that depends on the size that you're doing the top of the hat. So I'll continue working with this round of decrease, and I will show you one more time the round of decrease. So now you're gonna do a round of decrease, and if you want, you can keep track of your round of decrease with a round counter. The odd numbers will be the round of decrease, and the even number you don't do decrease, because you did decrease in round 1 and then no decrease in round 2. Now in round 3 you had to do decrease, so I put here that I did 2. Now working in 3. When I finish 3, I know that will be working on 4, that is no decrease, just in case if I had to leave my work, I know which round I'm working, a round of decrease or no decrease. So those are little tricks that to keep in mind. So now I have to do 11, and I don't have to count how many I have to do, because I know 2 before the markers, I have to do them together, and that's why I like to place marker. That way I don't have to count every single, only in the first round. That way we place the markers. So it's very easy. I have 8 stitches between the marker. Now in every single round I'm gonna do the last 2 together until I have 2 stitches on each space. But before I get to that point, I will have to change probably to my double pointed needle, because I don't want to have enough stitches to work with a circular. So I'm gonna work until it's time to change to them, and I will show you how to change from circular to double pointed needle, and how to work them, and how to finish the top of the hat. So now I'm gonna work decrease in every single round, the last 2 before the marker together. I lost all the other tails. This one at the border, I'm gonna lose it in the outside because when I fold it in half, the inside gonna be the other part of the hat. And if you did it right, the hat will measure almost 8.5 inches, a little bit over 8 inches, and that's perfect for William's size. So I did a 2 pom-pom. I decided not to do the flat crochet circle because if William put this in his backpack, the circle can go flat and, you know, bend over, and then we'll lose the shape. With the pom-pom, always stay the same. Also with the pom-pom, if one day he don't want the hat with them, I just cut them in the inside and he will have a regular hat. So now we're gonna do the 2 crochet little white circle, and then we put everything together, but it starts to look perfect. So with the white, you're hardly gonna use any to do the circles. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do a magic circle. To do the magic circle, I wrap around my finger. I place my thumb in there, pass my hook, pull it through, and then you have your magic circle. You're gonna chain 2, and I don't gonna count those chain 2. I'm gonna do 10 half double crochet. So that's what we're gonna do in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now you're going to pull the tail. Very tight to close the circle, to make it nice and round. And you're going to do a slip stitch, not in the second chain, but on top of the first half double crochet. It will be nice and round. You chain 1. You're going to cut the yarn, leaving the tail long enough for sewing. Pass it through, and you're going to make 2 of these to sew in here. Now if you want to do the circular ear done a crochet, I'm going to show you anyway, but I'm going to show you with the white. When I did the other hat 9 years ago, at the beginning almost on my channel, I did them with the black, and honestly you hardly can see anything, only my explanation. So I'm going to show you with the white, just in case you want to do it. So you're going to do again a magic circle, and this time you're going to chain 3, and you're going to count those 3 as the first double crochet, and that's the first one of 12 double crochet. So after you've done your 12 double crochet, I will meet you here. Remember, this you have to do in black. I'm just showing you with the white because with the black you don't see anything. I finished with the slip stitch on the 3rd chain. I'm going to chain 3 more. Now in the same space I'm going to do another double crochet, and then you're going to do 2 double crochet on each space for a total of 24 double crochet. You're going to finish with a slip stitch on the 3rd chain, and in the next round you're going to do another increase. That will be 1 double crochet and 2 together. In the same space you do 2. If you want only to do those 3 rounds, you do 3, and if you want to do a 4th round, and then you do 2 separate double crochet and 2 together in the same space. So that depends on the size that you want to do the ears, but I recommend with 3 is big enough. So I'm going to show you anyway the 3rd round, that way you guys don't say that I don't show everything. I'm showing how to do this, that I'm not doing for mine. So when I finish this one, I'll show you the next one. I finished the slip stitch. You're going to chain 3 again, and the next one you're going to do 1 double crochet, and in the next one 2 together, and then you're going to do 1 and 2 together. And like that you're going to continue this round. You're going to finish with the slip stitch. You're going to make 2 like this, and then leave a tail for sewing. When it's time to sew, you're going to sew the circle like that, and here 1 on each side. Like I said, for mine, you see, for example, like this. Let me hide it like that. Like I said, for mine going to be the pom-poms. So now we're going to put all these together and finish our hat. Now I'm going to sew these white little circles. So I'm going to sew them top of the 2 nets on each side, because if I sew them in between the pearls, and then when these open to pull, and then they will look a little bit deformed in the stitch. So I'm going to sew them there, 1 on each side. I already lost their tails, and I'm going to leave 2 of these nets in between. Well, I was laughing with William because at the end I have to do the flat ears like this, the little circle, because when I call him to try the hat and to mark where I'm going to put the ears, when I put the pom-poms like this, and he said, I want to look at the mirror. When he looked at the mirror, he said, no, I look like a girl. I said, Willie, no, this is a boy. This is the pom-pom, are the ears. They look really nice. He said, no, 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 I look like a girl. I like pom-pom. You can put just 1 pom-pom on the top. I said, William, then it's not a Mickey hat. He's laughing. I said, and then he said, put the ears on the pom-pom. I said, well, Willie, I will have to do the flat ear at the end. I don't want to do this one, but at the end I have to do these ones. So what I did was, like I showed you with the white, I did the 3 round of double crochet. First I did 12, after I did 2 on each space, and then 2 and 1, 2 and 1. And they are like this. Now for sewing, what I'm gonna do, William, so funny, is so I just did the decrease in 6 spaces. I will have 2 of these in the front, 2 in the back, and I have 1 on each side. So when I measure these on William's head, I was planning to put the pom-pom in the first row of a decrease. So that's what I'm gonna start sewing the ear like so, and here. And for the pom-pom, if what you're doing is pom-pom, you pass through one stitch, one strand, and then skip one, go to the next one, pass the other one, tie a few knots in the inside, and loose the tail. So I will keep these pom-poms for a different project. You know, I like to be honest with my work. If something works, it does. If something don't work, I'll let you know. I don't want to mislead you guys. So I show you how I did the circle ears and how I did sew one, but I had to cut that one right off because I don't like the way it look. It look flappy, and I wanted to be more secure that when William put his hat on, the ear stay up like that. So what I did for this one was I undid 3 stitches I left open, and then I did it in, I sew it in an angle, that way it stay up. So that's what I did. I have to cut, I have to do now the next one because I throw the other one in the garbage that I cut. If you're doing a pom-pom, it's easier. The pom-pom you put it on and it'll stay in place, but with these ears are a little more fiddly to do. That's why I wanted to do the pom-pom and go the easier route. But I end up doing more work that I want to. So now I'm gonna do the other one, and then I will show you exactly how I sew it to this. That way you'll see that they stay up. So this is what I did for the other one. I left 1, 2, 3 spaces with no work open like that in order for me to sew it that will get into that more flat angle like this. That way it's not flapping in it like that in one point. You know, like really, I didn't like it. So first for this one, what I did, because remember I have to remove the other one that I have on. I sewed it straight, but didn't like the way it looked straight because I fall back or forward. And then after this is still from the one that I cut. After I sew it flat, and then I went up a stitch to the front, this one as well to the front, and then I did it like this. You see? More like right in that angle. I know I'm gonna get a lot of complaints. You don't can see with black, but remember, Mickey Mouse is red, black, and white. If I do this a different color, and then it's no Mickey Mouse. So I'm gonna sew this here, and I will record for you guys to see a little bit. But my explanations are clear enough for you to know that you do a hat, a regular hat with those colors, and then you sew just a little ear, crochet ears, or do pom-poms. So like I mentioned, I'm gonna sew this straight, and after I will go up a couple of stitches, and then when I will sew down, I will bring it to the front, and the same to the other side. That way I get to that angle like this. And I don't start at the beginning of the decrease, because if I do that, the ear is right up in the top. I want it to be more to the side. And then what I did was I had 3 stitches that I didn't did any work. The one in the center is the one that go here at the beginning of the decrease, and that way it will be more like this. Okay, so I wanted to explain you that before I start sewing. Well, this is the leftover from the red. I use a little bit more than the white. The white with a teensy bit, you have enough for this. The black I use a little bit more. This is not a waste of yarn because I will save those pom-pom. Maybe one day I decided to do a Minnie Mouse and I will use them. I already have a Mickey Mouse and a Minnie Mouse hat done a crochet. I did it 9 years ago at the beginning of my channel. Maybe the quality of the video is not the best, or the quality of the recording, but I will leave those links here just in case you want to do them crochet, both of them. This one is a combination of net and crochet. I absolutely love this one, and I'm glad I changed the ear to these crochet ears with the angle. It looked perfect because I had that Mickey Mouse look. So he gonna love it. William gonna absolutely love it. So I gonna call him, put it around, and I'll show you the end result. So I wanted to mention that putting the ear was a little bit of fiddly work. Because the first time I saw these type of ears on my work, and if I had to do another one, I'll know exactly how to sew it a little bit different that I show you, because I will start from the second stitch and an angle already from the no straight, from an angle and then straight and then in another angle like this. But since I did the first one straight and then I changed to an angle in the beginning and end. I did the other one exactly the same, that way they both look the same. But now I know how to sew them if I had to do another one. But these look absolutely gorgeous and really gonna love it. Well, this is the end result, and I absolutely love this Mickey Mouse hat. William is enjoying his hat, but he's not enjoying the attention of recording. I hope you guys like it, and give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. And if you make this beautiful hat and you want to send me some picture, you can do it through my Facebook page, Rubine Crochet Tejido, or my Instagram, Rubine Crochet Tejido. Please share my video with friends and family. That way you help me grow here on YouTube. I wish you have a beautiful day. Bye.